Okay, guys, this is a new podcast. We are going to be covering basically all things men's physique. You'll probably see, because we're just going to upload this onto YouTube, because there's going to be a lot of visuals in this podcast. And you can see that I'm joined by Maka. Hello, Maka.
How are we?
Very, very good. Very good. Most of you will already know who Maka is. He's been on our YouTube channel before, and he is very heavily involved in the UK men's physique scene. And this being a men's physique podcast, couldn't think of a better co-host than to have Maka on. So, plan, Maka, go on, tell them the plan. What's the vision for the channel for
the plan and the vision is just to, I'd say, give back to amateur athletes who spend absolutely thousands of pounds every year competing for the love of body, for the love of bodybuilding, for the love of men's physique, and probably don't necessarily get the recognition they deserve. You know, that the pros do, and obviously the pros are the pros, and they're a pro for a reason. They get the coverage for a reason, but we want to highlight those amateurs and give them the sort of the respect that they deserve. Obviously, like, you know, if there's a really good genetic freak out there, we want to find them. But obviously, we're probably going to focus more on UK first as a collective, and then obviously if we branch out and find some different amateurs that we want to cover or bring on, then obviously, yeah, that's pretty much the goal.
Yeah, really excited for this, because there's a couple of men's physique channels out there already, but like Aka says, like, there's not a lot about amateurs, and the passion for the sport now is just growing massively. And
I feel like as well, the UK for men's physique in particular, over the last couple of years, like, the standard has become like crazy good.
Yeah, mad. And the love for the sport's grown as well. Like, most shows now, people want to see if there's a live stream and things like that. And most shows, there really isn't any live streams. It's hard for people to go to the shows to watch them. So yeah, we're going to try and sort of like recap most amateur shows if we can. And then we're also going to be talking about any pro shows that's going on as well. So it's basically like from grassroots level all the way to the top of the game. We're going to try and cover weekly. So what day are we on? Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday.
So we're going to try and do this every Monday, and and we'll get this out as soon as possible, so it's like up to date. So this past weekend, well, we've been quite busy, both of us, actually, haven't we?
You've been at shows, I believe.
Yes, yeah. So I have been to the UKUP show. I had 2 clients in that one. It was a really good show, so we'll cover that one in a minute. And then I had on the Sunday, so that was Saturday. Then Sunday, I was over to Birmingham to run the NFM posing seminar for the men's physique. Which was really good, because I've only done UKUP posing seminars before, so this is the first time I've done an NFM one. And then Sunday evening, we had to drive down to Gloucester for a client's photo shoot, so it was like absolutely hectic. Still catching up with work today, but yeah, it was really good. And then you had the Pro Coach Men's Physique seminar, right?
Yeah, the Pro Coach Men's Physique seminar, the first men's physique seminar they've done. Obviously, I believe they've done other seminars in the past. But this one was obviously heavily geared towards men's physique, the different federations, why you should pick a certain federation, you know, what currently suits your physique, what's the goal for your physique. Obviously, genetics do play a part in that. Yeah, really, really good. Obviously, I was there to help with posing with Alex Freshwater and Gerald Alavezo. So sort of us three, and then Landon joined us towards the end for posing as well. And we sort of just had like people rolling through, like going through all the different poses, highlighting the areas they can work on. But the seminar as a whole was really, really, really good. I always find, I was saying this on my Instagram story yesterday, but it's just so nice to like put social media names to faces. Yeah. Because like you build this like sort of solid community, don't you, of like individuals, and we all know each other and stuff like that. But it's actually quite nice to get together in person. But yeah, the seminar as a whole was really, really good. Really good.
Nice.
It was like covering PEDs, covering posing, obviously, covering the federations, peaking protocols, needs analysis on physiques, like areas of improvement for particular people's physiques. Like, I was made to get up and take my top off when I'm peak off season and 115 kilos. So yeah, that was fun, but we won't go too much into that.
Did the other guys have to take their tops off as well? Because obviously, Alex is shredded, isn't he?
Yeah, Alex is shredded. Just come out of prep, looks full as a house. He didn't. I mean, I don't know. He said he did it, but I went to the toilet at this point, so I'm not sure if he did or if he was joking on me. But who else was there? Landon had a client competing 6 weeks, so we went through like sort of him and like helped him with his pose and stuff. Who else? There was a few other guys. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I apologize. And obviously, yeah, they want to see me. And yeah, I basically just got rinsed, so that's fun.
All part of it, mate. But
The thing is, like with my physique in particular, like I never like I don't feel like I look like a men's physique guy until I come in like absolutely shredded. And then that's obviously when my waist comes in and my clavicle's nice and wide, and I actually look like a men's physique better. Right now, I look like Mr. Blobby, so it's fine.
you say that, but you're one of the rare guys that actually still hits men's physique pose in peak off season. Most other people just try.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll give you a fair play. Yeah, I do that. To be fair.
So yeah, as you can tell, just from what we've both been up to this weekend, we are just fairly heavily involved in men's physique sport overall, and we're just men's physique nerds. So whenever we cover these shows, whenever we talk about someone's particular physique, we see it as like almost from like a judge's perspective. Like that's how we're seeing it, and anyone that gets on stage, we fully respect. So if you ever think like, if we ever say, oh, this person probably got second, because we're not like bashing their physique or anything like that. We're seeing it from like a professional judge's point of view almost. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to cover the couple of shows that happened this weekend, which was a UKUP show, which I was at, and then also PCA had a show, which was a pretty stacked show actually.
It
Really
turned out.
yeah. So should we cover PCA first?
Yeah, we can cover PCA. So I'll share my screen now.
Yeah. So quite a few. Well, yeah, a couple of big heavy hitters in there for sure.
So who do we sort of want to cover first?
Well, we could go onto the PCA page, and then because they've got they've got the eye walks and the results and everything. They're so good with doing their uploads now, aren't they?
Okay, so this was from this weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we're obviously 3 weeks out from
Oh, there you go. I didn't realize on Instagram on website you've actually got to go onto the Reels page to find our Reels.
Oh.
Okay, so there's Sheridan, Alex. I'm gonna go down to the bottom first, work our way up. Is that right?
Yeah, sounds good.
There you go. So there's quite a few here.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, we'll go through the junior guy first, I think.
Yeah.
So this is Alex Gammons, I believe.
Okay.
Posed by Kez Butt, so shout out to Kez.
Yeah.
And coached by Jack Eagles.
He's got a nice wide frame, isn't he? Like top line, really good.
I don't know. I think he might be 21 or 20 years old, and I think for that age to have that much of a men's physique shape, I remember when I competed when I was about 21. I didn't have that type of shape.
No, man, I was a stick at 21 years old. So
it's quite hard to to see whether the lighting's playing a role in his definition here. I think he could be a little bit tighter, but I know, judging from Jack Eagles' post yesterday, I think that is the plan, but they're doing the universe in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I think the goal is to qualify for it.
I think the majority of the people that are going to be competing at PCA now are going to be doing universe in 3 weeks, aren't they?
Yeah, it's got a lot of potential though. A lot of potential.
Loads. Yeah, loads. I think maybe like deeper abs would be good.
Deeper ab lining, obliques.
Yeah. But overall that structure has got loads of potential.
Yeah, huge potential. I think with men's physique as well, like if you go into the men's physique and you don't have the structure for it initially, it's gonna be very hard for you to build that structure. If you like just physically not built for it, like this guy's clearly got a small waist.
Yeah.
Got wide delts, wide upper chest, clavicle. Good general taper, waist small. So you can definitely see the potential in him. Yeah, there you go. There's Kez Butt who helped pose him, which I believe is one of Kez's first posing clients. So congrats, Kez. Next we have the Masters guy. So this was first place for the Masters.
Yeah.
Very, very nice physique.
Yeah, this is good. I'll tell you what, Masters is really hit and miss this year. Like sometimes the standard's just absolutely unbelievable for Masters, isn't it? I remember the finals last year, the Masters lineup was stacked in PCA, absolutely stacked. Really good. The Masters guy actually got the pro card. I've forgotten his name now.
Really? Thomas Root? No, Tom.
That's it. Yeah, it was Anderson. I think it's Thomas Anderson.
Thomas Anderson, yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, so this guy, very, very good, very hard, very dry, very nice midsection, I'd say as well.
Yeah.
Very deep oblique lines.
What's his name? Adam
Nugent. So shout out to Adam Nugent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Look, he'll do well at Universe. It's good look.
If I was to say areas for improvement, I want to watch it one more time so we can sort of see. I'd say a little bit more upper chest, a little bit more delt and arm, just to help bring out that overall thickness across that top line. Posing's good, nice and smooth. Deep erectors as well. I think that's quite, having deep erectors is sometimes quite a hard thing to come by, because I know for myself, like, I don't particularly deadlift, but when I get lean, I tend to have quite a thick erectors that come through.
Yeah.
So no, I say areas for improvement, maybe just like a little bit more arm and delt, like if I was to give one critique. But I think overall it's a really like solid balanced package.
Absolutely crazy obliques, isn't it?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like overall, like back density, ab oblique lines, overall look and just like balance between his whole physique is really, really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to do well.
Cool. Who else we got here? So this, oh, I know this guy. This is, oh, wait, this is the pose down. Do you want to go for the pose down or do you want to leave it?
We can do the overall pose down, I think.
Cool.
This guy's good. He competed at the Exeter.
So this is the guy who came second, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, against the what's the Filipino guy called? Is it Fildo? I think his name is.
Oh yeah. Phil Santo, I think.
Yeah, he's very good. So I feel a bit bad for this guy, right? Because he's got an incredible physique, but both times he's been against like a really, really good guy. And obviously this time he's been against Sheridan, hasn't he? So his physique is easily good enough to get a first or even an overall at some shows. But you know, it's just luck of the draw sometimes who you're up against.
And this is where I would say the epitome of bodybuilding comes into play, because on another day you could see why he could win.
Yeah, easy.
Like he's very, very balanced, hard, dry, full. I'd say if I'm looking again, yeah, really, really nice. Posing's fantastic as well.
It might just be the footage here, the lighting, but he looked a lot sharper at PCA Exeter. So, but
yeah,
I was there. I was at that show, so I don't know if it's because the camera here doesn't do it justice. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the problem with like watching videos online. Sometimes, again, people will have their opinions, but sometimes unless you're there in person, you can tell if you go on this guy's Instagram. So Richard Fell, I probably presume if you type that in, you'll probably find him. He would. Oh, there you go. There's his Instagram there. Richard Fell Sports Massage. I guarantee if you're on his Instagram, like you'd find really hard, dry conditioning all the way throughout his Instagram.
Yeah.
But like it could just be the light. But again, I would still say he's fucking hard as nails here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, mate. He looks really good. The only thing I would say with here, I don't know if you'd agree with this one. I like that shot. He does a few front on shots, and I don't know if that's for him.
Yeah. It's funny enough, we had this conversation at the Pro Coach seminar yesterday. Zach was asking for mine Axe's opinion, and like I obviously naturally have a very small waist, and I don't even hit that shot because it looks, unless you can hit it so clean, it looks like you're forcing it because it's such a hard pose to hit, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the only way I would ever hit it,
like here, hits it.
Yeah. I think I do prefer it with a slight twist.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, and this is like again, it could be anecdotal, and it could be like sort of novelty, but like you look at Andre Ferguson, for example, like the most coveted men's league IFBB Pro champ was 17. He always used to hit that shot. And I think as the look has changed, obviously, like it definitely has got more streamlined, slender physiques, like in terms of taper. And he's still hitting that shot, just like standing straight on, front on.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't really hit that off the hip anymore. So I don't know whether it's like anecdotal or just a coincidence, but it seems like since it feels like the look has changed and that pose has almost become a little bit outdated, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think of the top 5. Like, what's his name? Is it Diogo, isn't it?
Yeah, Diogo hits it, to be fair.
He hits it. I think that's,
but again, his waist is tiny.
Yes, exactly.
You see what I mean? So it can complement his physique, but it has to be.
Just trying to mute that.
Right, let's move on to the guy who won. 2
secs, mate. I'm just going to edit this bit out. I'm just going to quit WhatsApp so it stops beeping at us.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah, we're all good.
Okay, so let's find the guy who won the short class. So obviously Richard Fell came second. Sheridan here, my opposing client, came first, which is really nice.
I'm not just
He's
saying
off.
this. I'm not just saying this, mate, but his posing has improved massively. Like you can
Yeah.
tell, like if you saw him, like even right at the start, I don't know when you started working with him, but
When it was this, it wasn't like before he started prep. It was,
mm,
I'll tell you when it was. It was after he done the United Kingdom, no, not Kingdom, the 10x Kingdom Classic.
yeah,
He could help open up his back pose mainly, and we've done a little bit of a tweak to his front shot.
it,
The thing is, Sheridan's very complete. Like because he's a smaller frame guy, he holds that muscle tissue so well. Um, so for him, it was just like it was minor tweaking. He's seeing me tomorrow as well, because he's off to Ireland to compete at the NPC Two Bro Shot. What's it called? The Muscle Contest Ireland.
yeah.
For his pro card. So we'll see if he gets it.
So did you
Uh,
know he was doing this then? Because you helped him with the PCA posing, right?
no, so I didn't help him with this.
Oh, okay.
So this is basically his Two Bros routine with an added. He told me on the day that he was doing it. So
What? So he just because obviously you've got 9 poses to do in the comparisons, right? So he must.
yeah, so Sheridan has actually competed with the PCA before.
Oh, okay. So it's not foreign.
And Sheridan himself is a posing coach. So he would know that there are obviously significant amount of poses. But this is pretty much, I'm not even joking, like his IFBB routine with the added. Or if you look at all those transitions, all the same. What he does in his Two Bros routine, they're all the same.
He does the job, doesn't it? It's a really nice look.
There you go. That's the only one he's added in.
Ah.
And obviously, this is a routine, though. So obviously, he would have done the other shots as well. But he was saying to me today, I saw him today, and he was saying that his back's fucking killing him because the PCA posing is just like another level.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of Sheridan's physique, well, I think the thing is for him, because he's a shorter guy, if he adds loads more muscle tissue, then he might be outgrowing the class at a certain point. I think if we're, and he won't mind me saying this, he knows that his probably back needs a little bit more development in terms of just overall density.
Yeah.
But I'd say shape wise and balance, again, midsection, for how good his abs are, that I don't feel like they take away massively from his waist now.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, just
and
looking at it from
he's got a very nice look as well, just overall.
oh, definitely, mate. I mean, looking at it from this perspective, right? He's been so close to getting this card twice, is it, or just the once? I know he missed out by 1 point against Louis Blackmore.
Missed 1 point Ben Weeder to Lewis Blackmore, and then who was very worthy of that day. And then in the Sweden show, he was in the overall with it, didn't get moved to the middle. But
Right.
it was 4 in the overall that day.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's really not that far away. So I think you're right. I think it's just a little bit more on the back, and then he'll be there. 100%.
Because like I said, I think if he had like look how full he is here.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if he adds any more fullness to his chest and his shoulders and any more size, then I think he'll start to look a lot more off balance. But I think right now and the reason he's doing so well this year is because he's very complete all around.
Yeah.
And Sheridan's got a very like I say, he's got a very nice look, and it does play into his favor. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he does at Ireland. Obviously, we'll cover that as well.
So if he doesn't get his card at Ireland, will he be doing Universe? Do you know?
I can neither confirm or deny.
Okay, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Cool, so
yeah, he won the overall anyway, didn't he?
What's that?
Sheridan won the overall, didn't he? Which we'll go into now.
He did.
Right.
So we got the tool.
Oh, we're going to tool first.
Yeah. So I think he got
this one was a surprising one.
Yes.
Not a surprising one, but like I think a lot of people obviously have Reese winning. Like just from social media, but obviously social media is different.
Yeah.
This guy here, I know, Body by Focus James.
He got third, I think, didn't he? Oh, fourth. Okay.
Fourth, which I thought was quite surprising. But I think for him, he was doing this as like a warm-up show. I think his priorities are a lot lying within the IFBB.
Mate, his back is really good. When he spins around.
He's got a lovely taper all the way around. But yeah. I think he probably isn't as sharp as what he could be. But he's got very, very good genetics, especially for men's physique. Wide taper, wide upper back, small waist, nice posing all round. But
Yeah.
again, I think he could probably just be a little bit sharper. I don't know if you'd agree.
Yeah, I would agree. But you know, if this is his first show of the season, I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I think he's just going to get better and better, isn't he?
By the way, if there's anyone that watches this who has been in the shows and they want to like, give us feedback back or like, correct us on certain things, please do, because we're only sort of going off by what we kind of know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is James's first show, so
Okay.
I think he will be doing more shows. I think he might be doing True Athlete as well.
Oh, okay, so that's all the way in August, right? So yeah, he's got a long season ahead.
This is a guy who came third. Really nice front shot, to be fair. Small waist. Shorts a little bit small.
I was going to say they're too short, aren't they?
I
Short.
don't know if they're too short, but I don't know if he should just pulled them up.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. Actually. They look a little bit short. I'd say more muscle in the back, obviously required.
Yeah, a bit more width.
But he's got, again, nice men's physique look. Posing I would say that could be a little bit better, a little bit more smooth.
It's almost classical the way he's doing.
Yeah, like the way he brings the arm up and stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
But again, there's huge potential within this guy. I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely got potential within the men's physique.
Yeah,
Got a nice waist. You can see that if he was to grow, like just grow out those upper areas. But I'd say definitely more muscle in the back.
Yeah, I think that's his weakness at the moment. But
And
overall, nice
back pose in general, I think could be a lot better. But yeah, very nice.
I don't know. I don't know what his quads are like, but I could see him more on a classic stage. He's got.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It might just be the way he's posing. I'm not sure.
It is very classical. Apart from that, like that, the way he brings it up and then lifts it over his head.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see him at the universe though, and he'll be much improved. But like that back shot, the gap in the tricep to the lat, and it's just too high for my liking. He probably could show a little bit more density. Again, over squeezing that chest and that shoulder there. But yeah, very, very nice physique. A lot of potential there.
Yeah, I haven't seen him before. Nathaniel Marshall. Yes, good luck.
So he came third. Obviously, James came fourth. Reese came second. We'll have a look at Reese.
So Reese, he's a big boy. He is a big boy.
Reese, I believe, I want to say a plus 100 kilo on stage.
Yeah. So that's why, a lot of people thought he was going to win, because Instagram, there's no doubt about it. This guy looks incredible, right? And that's why he's got such a following on Instagram. And I know, a lot of people have probably already said this to him, but I see him on a bodybuilding stage.
I think, to be fair to him, on his own podcast, Once You're In, him and his Finn were talking, and Reese, I think, openly said that I feel like he feels like he's going away from men's physique a bit. So I think I think it'd be silly for him not to ever compete in the bodybuilding stage, even try classic if he wants to, because his legs are very, very good.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I feel like he missed the mark a little bit here. Like he looked good in the morning, but I'd just say conditioning wise, he's flattened out a touch.
Flattened out. Yeah, I mean,
I know it just looks like he's like almost like overspilled a touch. Do you know what I mean?
Potentially overspilled. I mean, I know, because I follow him on Instagram. He's been very heavy on his loading protocols. I know that, because he says he usually struggles to fill, right? So potentially he did. Potentially he did just overspill. A lot of
the lighting here is. This is the thing where you never know the lighting on these things.
I think he needs more abs as well. Even if he spilled or not, I think there's not enough there.
Yeah.
And men's physique is abs are just so important, which is another reason why I think he's going to be great on a bodybuilding stage.
Yeah.
But I think he's too big for classic. For the weight cap, I mean,
I think he needs to go where his physique wants to go. And I think with how good his legs are, how good he is, like how wide he is, how big he is, he'd do well in bodybuilding over time for sure.
Because he's
young, he's 24, he's got so much potential within the industry, like within bodybuilding.
Yeah, big time.
I would just say, yeah, I just think I don't obviously apparently there was a problem with his glaze or something like that as well. I don't know, would have added to it, but um, I personally think he potentially overspilled his touch.
Hmm.
Personal
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one. I wonder how his season's going to go because, yeah, like I
He's-
said, I think his weight cap, he's too heavy for his weight cap for two bros, but PCA don't have a weight cap for classic, so he could do that. But I know his main goal is IFBB, right? So
Yeah,
be interesting to see how his season goes.
but I think he's doing the two bro show this weekend, so again we can cover that.
Yes, that's on
So
Sunday.
that will be, I think for him, that's going to be more indicative of his sort of potential within men's physique because obviously he wants the IP Pro card. They'll see how obviously he does.
Hmm.
But obviously all the best.
Two bros, you can enter more than one category. So
Yeah, you can.
I reckon he'll do it. I reckon he'll enter more than
I reckon
one.
he'll just chuck up bodybuilding as well.
Yeah,
Do it.
I reckon
Why not?
so.
But obviously, yeah, there were a few comments. Win it all day long. Second, how did that not win? Great physique.
This is the problem with Instagram sometimes because he's a popular guy and like there's no doubt about it. Like I said, he's got a wicked physique, but
Yeah, very
I
good.
don't know if I agree with these comments. I don't know if I do. I think the guy that
I feel like
wins.
the guy who won was very, very like sharp. Like he was razor sharp.
Well, we'll see him now. You're right. His condition was insane. He had a wicked midsection, which men's physique is very important.
Mm.
His posing wasn't the best, I'll be honest. Like Reese's posing's better, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, for sure. The posing of Reese's was a lot better.
What do you think of these interviews that Adrian does afterwards? They're quite good, aren't they? Gives
I
people.
like them. I like the idea of them. I wish there'd be more questions though, or like different questions.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's very the same thing over and over again.
I
But I like it because it does give the athletes a spotlight.
Yeah.
And
Because
like I said,
with two bros, you only get a little bit of time on the mic if you're an overall winner, right? So
yeah,
it's quite
yeah.
nice that you can each category winner gets a
It
little.
just gives it gives like just the athlete's personality as well, like actually knowing what they're like behind, like in front of cameras or like actually speaking. 'Cause you only see their physique, don't you? You just judge them by their physiques.
Yeah.
No, I do like it. Like I said, anything that gives back to the athletes, I'm all for.
There he is. In the
Oh.
I pointed at my computer like you could see it then.
There he is.
Yeah, so like we were saying, like this guy is shreds. Really,
Very
really,
hard as nails.
yeah, very well conditioned. Really nice midsection. Like we said, I think he could really do with some posing guidance for our universe.
Yeah, because I believe if his like that back shot is terrible. But I think if he posed right, because I don't know whether he's lacking like taper or if it's because he's so hunched over. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know if he was actually to like lift his chest up and round his lats and his rear delts round. He would actually look a little bit more tapered. So obviously this is a guy who came first into all place and obviously beat Reese. Obviously there was a lot of controversy about it in comments anyway. There was controversy, but I can see why this guy won.
I can as well. I know it might annoy a lot of people us saying that, but I can. Like in men's physique, this guy fits the criteria more, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think like the abs, the conditioning all around. Like if you look at the light, obviously there's a whole thing with Reese is not getting his glaze, and obviously the glaze can make a difference. Like his midsection area it's almost like too good to ignore.
Yeah. I think Reese got a little bit unlucky with that glaze situation because I think he said that because he did his own tan, they wouldn't glaze him backstage.
Yeah,
But I've done that before and they've glazed me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The only time I
maybe-
haven't been glazed was at the Alicante show. And because they give you a band if you have their tan.
okay.
They wouldn't do it. But I basically just sweet talked one of the ladies and she did it for me anyway. But to start with, she was like, no. But that's the only time I've ever had that. So I think you got a bit unlucky there.
In terms of like this guy's physique compared to Reese's, apart from obviously the midsection, which you said, I was obviously Reese is clearly a bit the bigger guy out of the two of them.
Yeah,
Reese's posing, I think, was better than this guy. To be fair,
yeah, I would agree with that.
but
I
again,
think Reese's,
I can see why PCA really like that. Like I don't PCA sometimes they tend to go for like that smaller, like really like shredded athlete look. If that makes sense.
yeah, they really do. This is
And
why
I think they do reward those guys with like those really hard drive mix sections. They're always in the mix. Like I see it night and day at PCA shows. Those guys with the abs, they're always being called out.
I
Always.
100% agree. I mean, you only have to look at what happened to me at the finals last year, right? I was bigger
Yeah.
than Dylan, so I came second. I was bigger than Dylan, but Dylan was just way more shredded than me. He just, and he deserved it. So yeah, he got the win. It was purely down to condition. So you are right. PCA it pays to know the Fed, and they do like
Yeah.
shreds.
But again, like, I don't think Reese like pretty won't mind me saying this, but I don't think he'll be too bothered about PCA like placing second. Do you know what I mean? I don't think his goals lie within that federation.
No,
No, do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Like this is bodybuilding. It's controversial. It drums up surprises. And
yeah,
obviously people will say one thing, but just I think you just got to like just take it on the chin. I think that's the biggest thing. Just like accept that you weren't what they wanted that day, and that's it. Move on, and then just go and use that as energy to go and be better. That's
yeah.
that's it. Yeah, but yeah. So he was a winner, and then obviously you had the overall. Uh, now that's the overall winner. Well, you can clearly see who won because it's Sheridan the sword next to it.
Yeah. What's it?
But I
What's the
think
chap's name? I didn't get the chap's name that won the tool.
Junior, his name's Junior.
Okay. Yeah. Junior he needs posing help, and then
Posing help and size, I'd say.
yeah. Because I mean,
He's got
Sheridan's sharp from the front,
yeah.
but that Junior, he hangs with him in terms of condition and the
Oh
midsection.
yeah, yeah.
100%.
Even this guy's really good. I think for Alex Gammons, he's just needs more muscle maturity, which again comes with constantly prepping off season. You build that maturity over time.
Yeah.
Sheridan is like quite seasoned, I'd say now. He's done 3 seasons, I believe. One, or has he done 2? He's either done 2 or 3, but he's done quite a lot of shows.
That was it was a well-deserved win for the overalls, 100%.
Yeah.
I would say it's between him and the tall class winner, Junior.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd put them 1 and 2. Although I did quite like the Masters guy as well.
I did like him, but yeah. Yeah, I think it was between the tall and short. I don't know Sheridan, but he comes across as quite humble. Like, he's a top class competitor, and he's still like, really happy to win the PCA show here.
Yeah. No, Sheridan's a nice guy, a really nice guy. I got a lot of time from him. He's had a lot of personal issues this year, which I won't divulge into, but he's come out the other side, which is really, really good.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, no, very, very happy with him. I can see again. I think no matter what Sheridan does, obviously he's going for the pro card this Sunday. I think he's won every show he's been in. Obviously not the overalls, but he's won his class. So again, he's going to be in that mix for sure. Do you want to divulge into UKUP now?
Yeah,
you guys.
So yeah, there was a couple of good guys there. Annoying thing with UKUP, they don't really put too many updates on their page, so we might have to go onto the actual.
Oh, okay. Well, do you have your guys' Instagram?
That's Brad down there. Can you see Brad? Second line. I competed with him last year. He's another guy that should be really going into bodybuilding. Phenomenal physique. He's 110 kilos at the moment off season, and he still looks shredded. He's a big guy.
How tall is he?
He's about 6'1".
I hate that front shot though.
Yeah, he needed to work on his posing.
But yeah, you can see he's big.
Yeah, he cleaned up at most shows. The only show where he didn't win was FitX, and that's because they don't like big men's physique guys.
Yeah, they went for that really slender guy. I remember. Like really like smaller look, a lot of a smaller look.
Yeah, so they didn't even place it. They didn't even place Brad at that show.
Yeah.
So yeah, you might have to go onto my page. I put some updates on there, I think. Because there was basically my client Luke, who has won 2 PCA shows now. He's a bit gutted because he really wants to get the
This guy.
overall. Yes, that's
Yeah.
Luke. Yeah, so he really wants to get the overall. And he keeps just missing out. So the first one he was in Saxon, PCA Saxon.
Yeah.
And he just missed out to Timothy Mann.
Oh wow.
And then at Exeter he lost to Philno or Phildo. I'm not sure how he's there. I don't think there's any more updates on there. I'll have to
I'm trying to find his page. Is that him there?
that's in there, yeah.
There you go, let's go on his page.
So he's
So,
good.
yeah.
We loaded him hard as well. So basically we did 500. That's his level up from last time as this
Yeah,
time.
very good.
500 carbs Wednesday, then went 600, 600. But then we did this guy transforms. Like when he's flat in the morning, you know, you can tell like he's pretty flat. When you get
Yeah,
carbs in and pump up, unbelievable.
Yeah, when I saw his updates yesterday from your story, he was full as a house.
We can put 900 grams of carbs in him and he doesn't spill. He looks really good.
Yeah. I mean, if you can, how tall is he?
5'10".
Is he?
Yeah.
He's got a lot of muscle for 5'10".
Yeah. Yeah. So he's 89 kilos on stage on Saturday.
So he won the UKUP show, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He won. And he was against his Instagram's name is Ruthless Athlete.
Ruthless Athlete.
He's called Damien. He does a lot of shows.
Oh yeah, there he is.
You've probably seen him before.
Oh, him. Yeah, I have seen this guy. This guy like always competes. Every year I see him, he's on the stage somewhere.
Yeah,
Look, it should just evidence he competes everywhere.
He does a lot of shows. So yeah, he came second. He was in
Do you know what? This guy has a ridiculous physique, but can't pose to save his life.
Yeah, it was a little bit improved this year, to be fair, because I do agree. He's very he does proper side shots, doesn't he, usually?
Do you know what his look reminds me of with that type of pose? And it is what's it called? Miami Pro.
Oh,
like
really?
back in the early days, yeah, very like beach body look.
Yeah. It was a little bit better at the UKUP show, to be fair.
He's got a wicked physique, this guy, honestly. Like his abs are very good. His abs always stand out like night and day.
He said he was 94 kilos on stage.
Really?
But that being said, the reason why he didn't, do a bit better on Saturday is because he wasn't sharp enough.
Right.
He needed to be sharp.
He did, yeah, because normally he's very conditioned in every show he does.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen him like not in condition. So yesterday must have been like one of the first times.
Yeah, I mean it was a warm-up show for him, he said. But yeah, he's still got a few kilos to come off him.
No updates on there.
But yeah, wicked physique either way.
Shame that they don't do updates on UKP. That's probably should give them some feedback and go, you need to do some more actual social media updates.
Yeah, no, I probably will actually, because I don't know if you know the guys that run it, Wes and Glenn. They're really nice guys, to be fair. So that's why I try to support that Fed, because they're real friendly Fed, man. But yeah, I will give them that feedback because they need to do it for sure.
Yeah. Is there anyone else you sort of want to cover?
That's mainly it from the amateur scene this week, I think.
Yeah, do you want to cover the pros just quickly?
Let's do it. So
obviously, mainly we want to highlight amateurs, but we will still cover other men's physique stuff. Men's physique news or update? What do you reckon? News.
Yeah. So was it St. Louis show? Was it?
You got the St. Louis pro this weekend just passed, and obviously you had the what's the other one called?
The Pittsburgh Pro is coming up this weekend.
Yeah. So this obviously was first call outs, I believe. Yeah.
When I saw this lineup, I was like, I knew Ben Quill would take it.
The thing is with Ben Quill, he only turned pro a couple of years ago, but his almost like rise, he won I think it was like 4 back-to-back MP pro shows last year. And to be fair to him, this year he's just been outdone by Corey Morris every time.
Yeah, he's always been in the mix, hasn't he? He's always been
a very, very nice physique. So if anyone doesn't know, Ben Quill is on the middle. We'll try and put him up in a sec. You got Anthony Gilks to the left. Again, another very seasoned athlete, very, very good athlete. I believe he's been in the top 10 Olympia before. Brett Wilkes, I believe. Or was that Brett Wilkes? No, that's Brett Wilkes over there. No, sorry, Brett Mario. That's his name, Brett Mario. This guy here, Quincy, mate, I'm telling you, this guy is unbelievable. Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy is so bubbly, it's a joke. But I don't think he posts. Oh, hang on, here's his. Yeah, here you go. Here's his routine. But for him, apparently, he never comes like in complete conditioning. But everyone, like even Jeremy Potvin, when I was listening to that, tell you who's good to follow is Ben Quill because he always does videos on like the coach's corner. It's like they'll recap the shows. And Jeremy Potvin was like obviously another very good athlete, and he was saying this guy like could be so good if he just comes and nails the conditions.
Do you think his tattoos take away from his physique a little bit?
I think it's a little bit, yeah.
He is covered, isn't he?
He covered like head to toe.
Yeah.
But is this him?
I think his again his abs could be a little bit deeper as well. I think that would help his midsection.
Yeah.
But overall, very good. His chest is insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think of that exercise I saw him doing on the adductor machine. You see that?
What was that?
The top right, yeah.
God.
Why? Why?
But just look how fully he is.
I know, like if you saw anyone else doing that exercise, you'll be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, there was just a pro. Like, oh, let him do it. Why not?
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So you had. To be fair, there was a guy I thought was going to be in this, but I don't think he actually turned up. But I think he's in the Pittsburgh one. Is a guy called Andros Ramblos. I put him on my story the other day. He's unbelievable, mate. Honestly, when you get a chance, check him out. But crazy physique. I think he's like 23 years old.
Oh, okay.
And
Bring him up in a minute after we cover this. You know what? Again, when I saw this lineup, I thought because Ryan Terry's like in shape. No one knows what shows he's doing, do they? He's not announced it. He's clearly going to be doing one very soon.
Well, he's fucking shredded either way.
Yeah, and he needs to get his O qualification for the year. So
yeah,
he should have entered this.
Yeah, I think if he enters that, he wins that.
Yeah.
Or he's between him and Ben.
Yeah, I think Ryan Terry would have taken it, and then he could have just taken the rest of the year to, prepare for the Olympia. But he will be competing soon. Is there a pro shirt, the True Athlete? Maybe he's waiting for that.
There is.
Yeah, maybe he's waiting for that then. But then again, he's ready now by the looks of it. So that's still a while to wait.
Let me show you this undressed Rambolos guy, and I'll show you Ryan Terry after. Andres Ramos, that's it. So this guy's 3, I think.
Yeah, unbelievable.
It's a long video, this. But yeah, this guy's like 23. I believe he turned pro maybe last year or the year before. Maybe actually I think it was last year. Because his IP pro cards are quite recent on his store on his page.
Look at his delts, arms, chest, so bubbly, isn't it? Like, yeah, it's a really nice look.
He will be very, very good in a couple of years' time. Like, very good. But yeah, I don't think it took his pro card too long ago. Yeah, look, there it is.
When was that? Last year?
I believe
9 weeks.
Is that the actual when he turned pro though, or was that just when? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if he just posted it.
Then
there's 4 back to back, so it probably is when he turned pro. So probably like 9 weeks ago he turned pro.
Imagine turning up being against him. I wouldn't. I don't know.
I'd walk out.
Yeah, I'd just shake his hand before getting on stage. Well done, mate.
23 years old, and you're that good.
Wow.
And then obviously Ryan Terry, yeah.
So yeah, like I said, like he's going to be competing soon, isn't he?
So this is him sort of currently, isn't it?
Yeah.
He is dry. Obviously, and you can see here he's flat. Like, and when someone's got like grainy, filmy skin when they're flat, but they're also like hard, lean, and dry.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He's pretty much fat free. He looks like he's
maybe he's prepping in the shadows, as people call it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gonna come out, shock the world.
Yes, and obviously you've got the. Let me just put up Ben Quill quickly, and then we'll go to the Pittsburgh Pro quickly and give our predictions, and then maybe we'll wrap it up. So yeah, Ben Quill is now 4-time IFB Pro champ.
Yeah,
But
he's got a wicked look, isn't he? Really,
it's
really good.
very, there you go, his routine. Again, conditioning wise, he's spot on as well. His abs are his abs are quite aesthetic as well, and I think that really adds to his small waist.
Yeah.
And I think for Ben as well, his posing is spot on.
Well, I think we had a little chat about it when he was against Corey Morris, didn't we? And we said
Yeah,
we kind of wish Corey stood a little bit more front on because he's
yeah. Like if
completely
Corey stood how Ben stands here, oh my god,
yeah,
how small Corey's waist is compared to Ben anyway. Like Ben's got a small waist, but Corey's is just another level.
exactly. I don't know why he does it. I don't know why he stands so to the side because
If
you can tell
anyone
he's got
doesn't
such
know,
a small
we'll
waist
show you. Yeah,
when he
we'll
does
show you.
his back shot. Like right, you can tell like how small it is.
Yeah, I think trying to find his routine. Yeah, there you go. So he almost like stands side, like two side on,
Yeah.
whereas Ben Quilt opens up his waist a little bit. We'll watch it again in a second. Like there, he's like his side, his shoulder, his basically his side delt is at the front of his frame.
But look how
But
small his back is from the back. Like he could stand front on,
yeah,
like his waist would be like even if you square to the judges, his waist would look tiny still.
yeah. He's my favorite physique in the division at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, I love it. I've always loved this guy's physique. Always like even when he wasn't even like placing top 10 in shows, I was like, how is this guy not placing top 10?
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden, like just like look how bubbly his chest and his delts are. And he opens up and says he's got that coat. He could honestly rival Aaron Banks. Like he's that good.
I
But it
think
just
we'll be up there this year for sure.
yeah. The fact that we saw him get into the top 10 this year, I think he came 8th or 7th at the Olympia. He'll I think obviously this year he's obviously progressing onwards. Obviously I think he's done how many pro shows now? Two, one, two.
This year, I think it was the two, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he's won both of them, hasn't he? But I don't believe he's doing any more. I think he might be having a bit of a rest now. Although, actually, no, he is doing one more. He's doing the show that Aaron Banks is asking for everyone to turn up to.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Which
I think that's really good.
we'll cover that set quickly because I think it's going to be quite a big one because I believe Joan Banderas turn up as well.
Oh, you think he'll do that show?
I think so. I don't see why not.
I mean, he
But,
doesn't. I don't know if he will. I think he'll wait for the Olympia.
but he has to qualify.
Does he?
Yeah, because it's been so long.
I don't know. I heard that he's got 4 wins as an Olympian. I don't think he needs to qualify.
Really? What? Even
I don't know if it's true or not.
his last win was like 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was Nick Strength and Power said it.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then that's gonna be very good, very exciting. But if anyone wants to know what what a pro looks like initially,
That is crazy, isn't it?
fucking unbelievable. I think that's like 5 years ago. But yeah, I can't remember the exact show that they're doing. But yeah, Corey's doing it. I think Ben's doing it.
Alex Toplin said he'll do it.
Alex Toplin's doing it. There's some big hitters.
I like Alex Toplin's physique.
Emmanuel's doing it. So it'll be a very good look. Yeah, I really like Alex's physique as well. Again, a lot of potential there.
So what's the lineup for Pittsburgh Pro?
Atlantic News. What's the St. Louis one? Is that St. Louis?
Yeah.
Is that the Pittsburgh Pro? No, that's the Olympia. They don't got it.
They must have it somewhere.
Oh, hang on, I know who might have it. First call out.
It's a big show. Sadiq won it last year, didn't he?
Yes. No, it's not on it.
Oh wow.
I have seen it though. Maybe it's men's physique update. There's so many different pages. No.
It's reels.
So let's go back on that quickly to see if we've missed it. No, I don't think they've got it, mate.
Oh wow. Okay. It's just gonna have to be a surprise then. I haven't seen many pros saying they're doing it.
No, I think Ben Quill's doing it. I'll tell you what we could.
Would you do more shows if you've already got the Olympia qualification?
I think it depends, doesn't it? I think if you're feeling good and your physique's responding, why not? But I think you do run a fine line.
It
With
can affect you mentally as well. If you're already qualified, you've won a show, and then you do another one and you don't win it. It kind of, I think that would affect me mentally. I'd rather go into Olympia on a high.
yeah, I do know what you mean. There you go. Right, Pittsburgh Pro. Does that mean they've got the lineup? Let's see.
Oh yeah, there's the Budapest show as well on Sunday.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. So 2 pro shows this weekend.
No, for some reason I can't look at it, mate.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll just have to. We'll cover it when after it happens. Then, as I said, I haven't seen anyone saying they're going for it, but
Hang on, these are lists. Oh, hang on, we might be in there. Or are these just Olympias? No, they're just Olympias, don't worry.
okay.
No, nothing on there, mate. Nothing on there.
All right. Well, we'll cover it next week after it happens then, because they'll announce all the results on there, won't they? So, yeah, that was a solid week. To be fair, we covered quite a lot in the first.
What about an hour and a half, do you reckon?
I know. We'll try and make these a bit shorter. We're just, as you can tell, we're just very passionate about this, aren't we? We could probably talk about it for literally hours.
All day,
yeah.
Honestly. Honestly, if you ask Gabby what I do for a living, I literally just sit there and watch Men's League.
I'm pretty much the same, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, so awesome stuff, guys. So yeah, like Maka said earlier, if we ever get any information wrong, or if there's any other shows that we didn't cover and you want us to cover in the future, then yeah, just let us know. We'll be happy to do it. We're going to try to start to do this every week.
It'd be cool to get like amateurs on and just hear their stories and hear what shows are doing. Just hearing what they're doing for going forwards, or if like they've got big goals, or we want to hear about it as well. So yeah, anyone you particularly want us to cover as well, like if anyone leaves any comments, then you should check out this guy. We'd be happy to do so as well. So basically just want to give the spotlight to the amateurs that, and give like the same sort of platform if we can, like the pros get, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we all work our asses off to get to the stage, and it takes a lot out of you. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, we want to give the spotlight to it and, give the recognition that it deserves, basically.
Yeah, exactly that, mate. Cool. Right, we'll see you next week. Obviously, drop a like, go us on stories Instagram stories if you want, and yeah, we'll speak to you soon.
See you in the next one.